or you had any sort of anything?
Okay, cool. I really enjoyed the program. I liked the exercises. I liked that they forced me to sit and think. Like, they weren't easy questions, right? I needed to sit and brainstorm, and I liked how the exercises kind of built on one another, right? Within each week, you know, there was brainstorm. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was the first one, but there was a bunch of brainstorming that you needed to do. And then at the end, there was kind of a fill in the blanks.
Right.
Yeah, there was like a fill in the blanks statement. And even after the brainstorming, when I got to the fill in the blanks part, I was like, oh, I really need to dig deep. I really need to dig deep. And it's something that we don't do generally in our daily lives. We're so busy. And so I guess one of the things that I love about this program is that it gives you space to reflect in the way that we don't on a regular basis in our daily lives, with all of the stuff that we need to do, the cleaning the house, the taking care of the kids, shuffling them from, you know, to school and to extracurricular activities, doing our own activities. The last 2 mornings, I've been up at 6 a.m. to book him into summer camps so that I know that we'll get the camps that we want, because sometimes they fill up pretty quickly, right? So, I mean, like, who am I? Getting up and I'm sick, right? So normally getting up at 6 a.m. wouldn't be a big deal. But the last 2 mornings, I had to do it specifically for this, and I was like, I love my kid. As I'm like zombieing my way through the registration process.
You're like, what is his name? How do I call that?
Exactly. So yeah, all that stuff, you know, the stuff to say that I really appreciated the individual time that I spent doing the exercises and reflecting on what I want in my life. And then the group work where we came together and I got to see what was going on for other people. And sometimes you get insights into your own life when you hear about what other people are experiencing or what they've learned from an activity that you've done together. And sometimes when you're talking, they have feedback, right? They have suggestions. They have insights for you into things that you've said or experienced that you maybe just weren't tuned in. They can show you your blind spots, right? So, so yeah, I think that's, you know, and you're such a good guide. You're so full of energy and positivity, and you genuinely want to make the world a better place and help people to live the kind of lives that they want to live, that's full of power and energy and joy. And that just, I mean, that's what draws people to you, right? Like, people see that genuine love for others and the desire to help them in whatever way they need, you know, within your skill set.
It gets complicated sometimes. I'm like, who do I know to, you know? Gosh, yes.
This kind of work is a bit complicated, for sure.
And I think, you know, how does somebody understand what the deep reflection and individual sort of space actually brings about? Because I think people are like, well, why do I need that? I don't need that. That's not going to make me more money, or that's not going to, you know, create more time in my life, or, you know what I mean? They can't see the value in having that time.
Well, I'll use something from Zig Ziglar. You cannot hit a target that you cannot see. So if you're not taking the time to reflect on what you want, and sometimes you need a guided process, right? You ask really strategic questions in this course. And I think we all need that, because like I said, we have blind spots. So if you don't go through a process of self-reflection and identify what it is that you want, you will never get it.
That's really good. I should use that in my marketing.
Yeah, you should. You can quote Zig Ziglar too.
Yeah, I might, but that one, I'm quoting Carmel on that one. I love that. You're absolutely right.
I expect to see attribution.
Yeah, no problem. Done. You're going to be front and center on my website. I love it. Exactly. This is my point. And so, because otherwise we're just all up in the doing, and we're not learning to just sit with what we're actually doing and why. And, you know,
we accept the choices that we've made without any reflection. You know, if you're in any way dissatisfied with your life, or you think that there's more out there for you, but you're not taking the time to examine what's there and what's in your heart, what you want to manifest in your life, you'll just keep doing the same things that you've always done, and you'll keep getting the same results that you've always gotten.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
Yeah.
Oh, change, hey? It's something.
Oh my fucking God. Change is good. I really believe that change is good. I've changed a lot over the last 3 years that Paul and I have been together. And that's been a good thing. And some of that is because of his influence.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need to be grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Absolutely. Yes. Well, I love these light up meetups. They're my favorite. And asking these really deep questions and getting people to find their own answers, because I don't have them, obviously. Just like you're doing for me now, you're helping me uncover my own wisdom. And that's what I want to help other people understand and work with, and then be able to confidently go in the world and share that part of them.
Okay. How many times have you offered stuff like that, like the light up course? And
yeah, so light up, I've done possibly 8 groups in the past 6 months.
In the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the grand scheme of business, it can take a lot of time, like a few years, for things to really build up steam.
It's true.
So what I'm concerned about is that because something doesn't work right off the bat and doesn't have people jumping up and down and yelling, take my money, you are interpreting that as it's not working.
That's right.
And so I don't think that that's the message.
Okay.
I don't think that means that it's not working. Okay. I think that it means that you're still in the beginning of the journey. Okay. You're still in the early stages of marketing this and promoting it and building your reputation and getting people excited about it. And it does take time to do these things, especially like online courses.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm going to take that insight from you. And my next question would be, do you think, because I've played around with the price from being like $1,000 and adding some extra private coaching calls within the 8 weeks. And then I'm adding some playlists in, and I'm adding some other pieces to it. And then I did some muscle testing on myself, and I get that I'm worth $1,000, but at the end of the day, I wanted it to be really affordable for people to just ask these questions. So I went down to 500 and took out the private calls, and still will beef it up with, like, you get sent a book so you don't have to print it out and some other things like that. Plus you get the Discover Your Sacred Gifts piece in there, because I think it's really important, which is worth $200, right? Mm-hmm. And I wanted to know if that felt good. If you think, and then if I was at an event, I could maybe do it for $297. I could get like $200 off.
Okay, I'm seeing your profit margins whittled down to almost nothing. Like, at that price, how many people would you need to enroll in each session for you to feel like your time has been valued?
Well, I think if I got 500 per person and there was 4 people in the class, that's $2,000 for the 2 months, which feels good.
Okay, but that's your full price, and you're talking about